What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Haley Khalil, and I still have a Band-Aid on my face. If you guys didn't know, my dog scratched me on New Year's Eve, and now I've had to rock a lovely Band-Aid on my face for like the last, since New Year's Eve. What is it, the 8th? This thing's been healing for 8 days. It's still not healed. Am I just not healthy? Oh no. But since I've been having a Band-Aid on my face and I'm trying to keep it out of the sun as much as possible, I haven't really been leaving the house. My friends have just kind of been coming over here. So because you guys really liked my TED Talk last time, which I'm actually really surprised about, I'm gonna have another one. Welcome to another one of Haley's random TED Talks. Yes, let's do it. I already talked about, my divorce and the loss of my dog, which was really hard to talk about. Today I'm gonna talk about something that's a little easier to talk about, but still just as intense. We're gonna talk about my boob job journey. Buckle up, kids, let's get to chatting, or whatever we do here on Haley's TED Talks. Hopefully that's framed right. I'm really bad at framing YouTube videos. I noticed that on my last one. You guys, I'm wearing shorts, I promise. Don't be creepy and weird. They're just hidden under my giant sweatshirt. I have a Band-Aid on my face, so I'm gonna be comfy. Look at me being a professional video framer. Welcome back to my couch, where we love to just have little chats about life. Nobody really chats about their life. It's very strange. Even with my friends, sometimes they don't really tell me about every detail of the things that they're going through. I've always wondered why that is. Hopefully, my channel, that sounds so weird. Hopefully my videos will help you talk about things that should be talked about, but for some reason, we as humans just don't talk about them. We like to keep secrets and we like to deal with stuff on our own, which is strange. People care about us and they kind of want to help us. So I'm here to talk about my shit. Hopefully it makes it easier for you to talk about yours. By the way, if you see a cone start popping up right here, my dog just had her space surgery. She's wearing a cone on her head. Hi, Coney. Poor Blue. Coney head. Welcome to my TED Talk. Hopefully TED Talk doesn't sue me for copyright of that or trademark. My off-brand TED Talk about my journey with getting breast implants. I've always thought it was so weird that we have this stigma around plastic surgery where women will feel so uncomfortable with their body that they'll actually undergo a medical procedure to fix that thing. Then they're too scared to say anything about it. It's like society tells you, hey, I don't like this about you. And then you go and try to change it, and then society's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a little weird. Don't bully me about my small chest and think I'm not gonna try to do something to fix it. Crazy. It's 2023, and I think it's about dang time that we can talk openly about something that we chose to do to our body. If I want to alter my body, I have weighed the pros and cons of that and looked over all of the things that could potentially go wrong, and I've made an educated decision to go, yeah, you know what? That's worth it to me. Then who are you to judge me? Oh no, it's not natural. It's not your body. If I wear a sweater you don't like, you might not like the sweater, but it's on my body. I'm not forcing you to wear it. I think it's just really cool that women are owning their bodies, and men too, because men get plastic surgery as well. People in general are just owning their bodies and they're saying, you know what? I've had enough of the world judging me. They judge me because I look a certain way. They judge me because I fix the way that I look. They judge me because I'm too confident, because I'm insecure. There are so many reasons why people will judge you. Honestly, they have no right to judge you because it's your body and you get to do with your body what you want as long as it is not hurting anyone else. Me getting a pair of girlies wasn't gonna hurt anybody. Let's start at the beginning. When I was in high school, I was a little bit of an outcast. I had my best friend, who is still my best friend to this day. If you've seen any of my YouTube videos, you have seen Lindsay. And Lindsay and I have been best friends since kindergarten. But for me, high school was not fun. It was terrible. If high school was fun for you, you lucky duck, I wish. It was hell on earth. And I was teased a lot. When you're a kid, what's the easiest thing to tease somebody for? The way that they look. because that's the first thing that you see. I was this new kid coming from a different school. Nobody knew who I was, and I was weird. So I was an easy target. And my entire life, I grew up not really having any boobs. I had barely a boob, if any. As I started getting older, I noticed that one of them was growing, and the other one just did not want to. As I was nearing 17, one of my girls was a big B, and the other one was definitely a double A. She was radio silent on this side. The more I wore tight shirts or didn't wear baggy sweaters, people started noticing. I started wishing and hoping and dreaming for the one thing that would fix that: boob job. I went to my parents and I was like, hey guys, I know I'm 17 and I know this sounds a little crazy, but what are your thoughts on a boob job? My parents laughed me out of the room. They were like, girl, you are 17 years old, you are still developing, there is no way in heck. Then they started watching me deal with the things that people were saying about me, and they watched me stuff one side of my bra, they watched me cry because the things that girls and guys were saying about me. I just was so uncomfortable with my body that I wanted to cover it all the time. I would wear big baggy sweaters like this, I would wear big baggy sweatpants. I just didn't want anyone to look at me because then they were going to judge me. By the time I turned 18 and I had saved up enough money, I decided to get a boob job. I went and saw a ton of different plastic surgeons. My mom came along with me, and I'm so grateful she was so supportive through all that. I finally found one that I liked. He was a board certified plastic surgeon, very important. The process was just a little weird for me. For 18, basically just designing the pair of boobies that you want. I was walking into all of these plastic surgery centers feeling a little uncomfortable at everything. I finally found a doctor that I felt comfortable with. He game planned my surgery. And if you've ever had any plastic surgery, or if you've had a boob job, you know kind of what that process is like. I actually went in with a Victoria's Secret catalog and showed him what I wanted them to look like, which is hilarious that I went boob shopping in a lingerie catalog. And we decided on a size. I was going to go with a small C cup. The surgery day came. I was super nervous. I didn't sleep all night. You are put in this surgical gown. Surgeon comes in and like draws on you. Okay, this is where we're gonna put it. At that time, they didn't really have super incredible technology for like putting the implant through your armpit. I did the stereotypical under your boob scar, under the muscle, putting the implant in, and then I guess sewing you right on up. Anesthesiologist comes into the room and says, okay, you're gonna be put to sleep, this is what's gonna happen. When it's finally time for your surgery, they take you and they actually walk you into the OR. You're there in your little surgical gown with your little hairnet on, with all your little IVs hanging out of your arm, with your boobs drawn on. You walk into this cold room and they're like, lay down on the table. Boom, you wake up and you have boobs. So strange. The first thing that I did when I woke up from surgery was looked down. I just wanted a pair of matching girly. Recovery was not fun, but it wasn't terrible. The feeling of the implant stretching your muscles is just really, really weird. You also have to sit up when you sleep. Recovery was like 5 to 7 days of not super fun, but not absolutely terrible. I loved my results for a little bit. They were a little too big. I actually ended up being a big D. Around the age of like 22-ish, I started getting shooting pain, and it started really, really small. It only happened every few months. It started to happen more and more and more and more. Eventually, I was just getting shooting pain all the time. My implant started to get encapsulated. Scar tissue was starting to form around the outside of my implant. Towards my 24th birthday, I was like, get these out. I cannot do this anymore. This is so physically painful. I would rather go back to what I looked like before. I started the process of removing my implants. I finally found a surgeon that worked with women who had lost their breasts due to breast cancer. When I finally decided, hey, you are the doctor, and his name is Dr. Nyami, he's in Charlotte, North Carolina, he decided that my best results would come out of a 2-surgery situation. The first surgery was to take out the implant and the scar tissue and just kind of assess what was going on in there. I went and had the first surgery and everything went really, really well. The implant came out, he was able to get the scar tissue out. Surgery was fine. Recovery was so easy. I hated the way that I looked. I felt like I was going through an identity crisis because I put so much stock in the way that I looked that I forgot there's so much more to life to care about. A couple months go by and my healing went fabulously well. Everything was fine. They were just a little pancakey. They were stretched out from having implants for as long as I did. Sizing of my original saline implant, this side was 220cc, and on this side, they just matched it to this one. Surgery number 2 was going to be taking fat from other parts of my body and having it moved to my breasts. The way that all of those celebrities take fat out of certain parts of their body and get it put in their booties, I was doing that, but in my boobs. I am very, very, very slim naturally. I had no fat to take from. So I had to put on 25 pounds. Day of surgery came, and I was so excited. I, like the crazy person that I am, showed my doctor a gazillion pictures of what my dream boobs would look like. These are amazing. So as close to these as you can get. When I walked into the OR that morning, into that cold, weird room with the metal bed that you lay on, all around the OR were pictures, printed out pictures of the boobs that I wanted. I woke up from surgery. Everything went very, very well. Doctor explained that he took fat from right here, and my inner thighs. That was enough to create the girls that I wanted, implant-free. I was excited until I felt the pain. It was one of the worst pains I've ever felt in my entire life. And for 6 weeks straight, you have to wear compression garments on your arms and your legs so that they don't fill with fluid. The surgeon had to basically lift your skin up and dig the fat out of your arm and your leg. That can get infected and swollen very, very easily. So you walk around feeling like your skin was lifted from your body. It's a really gross feeling. I was not human for probably 4 weeks straight. I was pretty much immobile, couldn't do hardly anything myself. I also could not lay on the area that they had injected the fat, or the fat could die. When you get a fat transfer, 50% of the fat that's injected lives. The other part gets reabsorbed by your body. The other half can die if you do not do all of the right things. You cannot smoke, which I don't smoke anyway, so that one was easy. You can't drink like sodas, sugary stuff. Hi, Conehead. Here, you can come up and chat with us about boobies. I was going to make sure all of that fat lived. I ate super healthy. I got these specialized massages to get the fluid out of my arms and legs. I was regimented. If you're thinking about fat transfer, just know it's more painful than they say. They're lying to you. But I would do it over again 10 out of 10 times. Because when I finally saw the result, after the black and blue and purple went away, and green, oh, there was so much green. After probably 6 weeks of healing, I saw myself with the breasts that I have always wanted. I still can't believe that I went through all of that and was lucky enough to end up with the finished result that I have. 3 surgeries and a lot of scar tissue later, usually you would not have a good result. It's my boob job story. That's my story of plastic surgery, which I never thought I would share online, so this is weird. I've seen so many girls, young girls, go through the struggle of, should I get a boob job? Should I not get a boob job? I just wanted to share my story so that it could hopefully help somebody. If you are thinking about getting a boob job, make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Make sure that you talk to a bunch of different plastic surgeons, all board certified. Make sure you really know what size you want. Make sure you know if you want an implant or fat transfer. That's not true. I have regretted my boob job, but I don't anymore because it's part of my journey. Going through all of that made me me. This is probably just a bunch of rambling. Hopefully it makes sense. That's my story with plastic surgery. And if you judge me, I don't care because you're just a crappy person. Just kidding, even though I'm not. Let's just all have open and honest conversations about the things that we go through, like surgery. I'll be back to doing my vlogs very soon. But for now, you guys get a lot of TED Talks. I'm so sorry. Anyways, have the freaking best week, guys. Slay at your job, slay at your relationship, slay at life. Did this have caffeine in it? Oh my gosh. I love you guys. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you for trusting me with your time and with your stories that you've been sharing with me. It's honestly so cool just to read everyone's stories. So thank you. Like, subscribe, comment. Have the best week. Haley Khalil out. I'm done.